again, fellow Rotarians of Rotary Club of Makati and Rotary Club of Manila. I am Rotarian Anton Mauricio, and it is my pleasure to serve you as your moderator for today's meeting. May I now request you to remain standing as I call on our beloved President Rafi Rafael Alulan III and President Sinen Bing Matoto of the Rotary Clubs of Manila and Makati to call this meeting to order.
In behalf of the Rotary Club of Manila, I'm happy to call this meeting to order. Bing? Yeah.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, equally I'd like to call this meeting to order.
Thank you. Let us all take our seats. To lead our invocation, may I call on Rotarian Nico Halyare. Sorry for making you stand up again. Pero that's good exercise for our age, Rotary Club of Manila and Makati. To lead our invocation, may I call on Rotarian Nico Halyare. The floor is yours, Nico.
Let us all remember that we are in the presence of God. May God help us today in prayer. We thank God that we are here today in His grace and mercy. May us and everyone in the world be safe and protected by you. May all diseases never come upon us or harm us. Thank you for giving us all our belongings. Thank you for giving us friends and family. Please give us the courage to be holy and share your word. Please heal everyone sick physically and mentally in this world. We are sorry for the things we have done wrong towards you and disobeying you. Amen.
Thank you, Rotarian Nico Halyare. At this point, fellow Rotarians and guests, let us put ourselves in a position of respect as we sing the Philippine National Anthem. Thank you. Thank you. It really makes a difference if everybody sings the national anthem. And may now enjoy all my fellow Rotarians to join in the singing of the Manila Rotary hymn, to be led by the RCM World Famous Music Chorale, then followed by the RC Makati Chorale. All right. So please, let us start.
Leading the way with a Rotary light, are men who are bold and daring, found my dedication to serve this and passion for the suffering. Through ideals of Rotary, faithful to God and country, serving the people of the land with a generous heart and helping hand, moving and growing through the years as the first and the largest in Asia. Let's salute the Rotary Club. Oh, hail Rotary Club of Manila, moving and growing through the years as the first and the largest in Asia. Let's salute the Rotary Club. Oh, hail, 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 Rotary Club of Manila.
It's now the turn of the Rotary Club of Makati. All right.
We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, prepared to aid our fellow men. As true Rotarians, we live to lead. We believe in service above self, and this is why we succeed. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, and together we stand proud. We are leaders with integrity, always ready to serve humanity, always living by the four-way test, building goodwill and peace along the way, giving hope to the world. We're the Rotary Club of Makati, giving hope to the world. The Rotary Club of Makati.
Thank you, thank you. Very rousing. Ha? Puro lalaki lang yan, ha? Okay. So, thank you. Let us now do the four-way tests to lead us to continuously practice and remind us of the four-way test. May I request Rotarian Paul Anthony Co, Dr. Paul Anthony Co. Please.
Let us all stand. So the four-way test is an ethical yardstick in the way we relate with our fellow men in business, with friends, and with our family. It was to save his company from bankruptcy using an ethical compass. This Rotary ethical standard has since then been used by Rotarians worldwide as a moral code for personal and business relationships. The four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we may be seated. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. May welcome pa ba? We will be acknowledging, yes, we will have. So please, the chorale just stand by, no? We will be welcoming our guests let's introduce first those who are seated at the presidential table. Earlier, we had Nico Halyare and Dr. Polco. But also we have, of course, the Rotary Club of Manila President, Rafi Alunan, our guest of honor and speaker, Secretary Alfredo E. Pascual, our Rotary Club of Makati President, Bing Matoto, and introducer later on, past President David Ackerman. All right. So as well here, may I acknowledge my fellow government officials. I am Anton Mauricio. I'm an undersecretary under the DTI and I'm the general manager of the National Development Company and a member of the Rotary Club of Manila. I have with me also from the National Development Company, our private sector representative, NDC director, and past president of Rotary Club of Manila, Archit Bartolome. Let's give him a big hand. Also, Assistant General Manager for NDC, ASEC Joyce Alimon for Fund Management and Subsidiaries. And also an Assistant General Manager, ASEC Rocky Akot for Corporate Communications. There he is. We also have our Undersecretary from the Department of Tourism, gracing us with his presence, Undersecretary Ferdinand Kokoy C. Jumapaw. Please, thank you for inviting us, for gracing us with your presence. And for those who don't know, our guest of honor and speaker was also the past president of the Rotary Club of Makati, among other organizations. So let's give him a big hand. And now, I don't know if people know that our current president of the Rotary Club of Makati is also a government official. He is a director of Phil Guarantee. Is that correct? Yeah. So not a lot of people know that. So please, your own president, let's give a round of applause. Thank you. We also have Jerry Liu, which is the guest of President Bing Matoto here. Just want to make sure that I don't miss anyone before I read the guest list here. Is this Centennial President Maki Ackerman? Mache Ackerman, RC Makati Business District. Thank you, ma'am. President-elect Marina Januzak, RC Makati Southeast is also here. Maria, there she is. Thank you. And President Shu Cheng, RC Fort Bonifacio Global City. President Shu Cheng, are you here? There she is. Thank you. Thank you. Also, can we go acknowledge the other guests, please? Before we welcome them with our rousing RC Manila world famous music chorale. Can we go to the previous slide and acknowledge our other guests? No, sorry. Yes, page up. Okay, so yes, while we're waiting for that, we also have our guests from our partners in Road to the Is this yes? Mr. JP An, acting CEO of Pepsi Cola Products Philippines, is here. Thank you. I already recognized Yusek Kokoy. Mr. Juanito Simon, guest of VP Regiu. Mr. Kazuhiro Nomura, guest of Star Rotarian Yosuhi Iwata. Mr. Carlos Pascual, guest of Rotarian Polco. Ms. Joanna Valencia, guest of Director-elect Rodolfo G. Valencia. Mr. Edgar Tejerero, guest of Treasurer PJ Garcia. Mr. Toshiyuki Ishikiwahara, guest of Rotarian Juan Montel. Takehiro Shimada, guest of Rotarian Juan Montel. June Abelardo, President of Kitchen City, guest of Director Mike Albania. Next. Okay. I think do we have the other guests? the other guests? There. From Pacific, our satellite partner for the Philippines and NDC, Mr. Christian Patorao, Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Brandon Sayer, Ferdinand Simbulan, Jose Marie Almendrala, who are all with Stellar Sat and Pacific, and together with their CEO, Calvin Lawrence Antonio Parpan. Former USEC Romel Gavieta, Rear Admiral Ernesto Enriquez, and the others that I have already acknowledged, including Patricia Cruz, Christine Bello, immediate past president, Rotaract representative, Zarina Austria. Thank you. And now, can I request the Rotary Club of Manila world famous music chorale to welcome our guests with the Rotary welcome song.
The others. Where are the others? One, two, three. Welcome, welcome, Jessup Rotary. Wherefore you, we hope will move us to. What's our program? We dedicate to you. Manila Rotary's home for you. Mabuhay!
May we ask the chorus to stay for the happy birthday song? We'd like the birthday celebrants for the week to be acknowledged. First, from the Rotary Club of Manila, October 6, Mario Angara. Unfortunately, he's homesick. October 8, Ferdico, Jimmy Tang, Noel Tanglao, McRae Gonzalez, Philip Womwell. October 10, Banit Kaasi, Star Rotarian Nate Ka, Star Rotarian David Klebs, and for October 12, Ricky Yap. Apart from that, we have our celebrants from the Rotary Club of Makati. October 12, James Bosch. October 13, Arman Kataga. October 13, Eddie Yap. October 17, Roger Davis. October 19, Roger Collantes. October 21, Roger Sarmiento. And October 21, Carlo Ibanez. As well as anniversaries. Apparently, we celebrate that too. October 18, Army Jimenez. October 23, Teodi Buenaflor. And wedding anniversaries for October 20, Treasurer Teto and Marisa Garcia. And October 22, Freddie and Ali Placino. May I call our birthday celebrants? Our birthday celebrants present to please come over to be serenaded by our world-famous music chorale. And for the blowing of candles, here is the, where is the cake? May cake. There is the cake. Can we have the celebrants present, both from RC Manila and RC Makati, to come forward? Is there no one here who is celebrating the birthday? Please come forward. Wala ba? Okay. So that we can sing. In absentia. Okay. Can we request Jeff Lord? Can you come here and represent all the celebrants? And now, our world famous Rotary Club of Manila Chorale will sing the birthday song. Thank you.
One, two, three. Jeff, here's good. I forgot it's my birthday next year. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. It's a great day. Happy birthday just for you. Here in Rotary, we're so happy. We dedicate this day to you. All the fun we had this year. all the good we try to do. You're a great guy. May God bless you. May we always be with you. And for always we're together. Holy Spirit, Rotary. Everybody! Maligayang bati sa iyong kaarawan. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Maligayang bati sa iyong kaarawan. Happy birthday to you. Okay.
Today, you're 1 year older, and your hair is going away. But you're sweeter than before, and your friends couldn't ask for more. So we're here to celebrate your natal day. Happy birthday! Yes! Maligayang bati sa inyong kaarawan.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. Maligayang bati sa inyong kaarawan. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you! Arriba!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, please.
Pablo, happy birthday.
We have a basket here for the change. Please maglaglag kayo ng barya. Okay. You know, that was an effort from the heart. So, but seriously, our choral actually practices once or twice a week. Yes. Hindi na daw ngayon, kulang sa practice. But okay. Practice na daw ulit. So, okay. So practice. Now we're trying to see the next one. Of course, at this point, it's the president's time. May we now call on once again Rotary Club of Manila President Rafi Alunan and Rotary Club of Makati President Bing Matoto for their president's time. President Rafi, President Bing.
Thank you, Anton. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to welcome Secretary Fred Pascual, who is my fellow member at the Philippine Council for Foreign Relations. We belong to the Board of Trustees. He'll be properly introduced later. I'd like to report to our members that we've had a fruitful week since last Thursday. Disease Prevention and Treatment Committee Chair John Cutter and Vice Chair Jason Bogovich, along with their Philippine-Canadian partners, the Dental Hygienist Society, successfully conducted a 2-day oral health outreach at the Mithing Pangarap School in Tondo last weekend. John reported that their expectations were exceeded and committed to return for additional sustainable programs. More than 100 dental students provided oral hygiene care. Separately, the committee also secured a valuable alliance with Smile Train to potentially utilize their hospital affiliates, approximately 100 hospitals nationwide. In the past week, a composite team of various committees from the Rotary Club of Manila, namely the Disease Prevention and Treatment Committee, the Maternal and Child Care Committee under Dr. John Seneca, and the Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene Committee led by Attorney Raul Creencia, met with MAP President Benedicta Du Baladad, herself a Rotary Club president, past president, and her MAP team. I happen to belong to both Rotary Club of Manila and the Management Association of the Philippines, where we discussed our possible partnership for the End Malnutrition and Stunted Development campaign. MAP is the lead convener of a coalition of public-private entities, and civic organizations. This campaign, I found out from President Dubaladad, is being backed up by the World Bank. Initial targets are 6,600 barangays in 236 municipalities, scattered over 12 geographical regions. Rotary Club of Manila has chosen to participate in the education and awareness campaign of the program. Through Jason Bogovich, we're also looping Abbott Laboratories to this long-term campaign. On our suggestion, MAP and RCM will arrange to meet with Rotary's 10 district governors and governors-elect to discuss how Rotary can weigh in on this long-term program, which, apart from education and awareness building, will need direct interventions in terms of food supply, nutritious meals and vitamins for endangered mothers, fetuses and babies, as well as long-term funds to sustain the campaign until we exit from it. You know, this is a strategic intervention by this coalition because, as you know, sustained malnutrition produces stupid societies. And all of our metrics so far are pointing south, and we've got to arrest that. Vice President Reggie Yu submitted last night the draft of the information kit we're assembling, along with a partner video, to arm our fund sourcing committee when they reach out to potential donors. We will go over it today at the 4th regular board meeting immediately following our lunch meeting. Past District Governor Rudy Bediones, Vice President Joel Valdez, President Bing Matoto, and I met Rotary International President-elect Stephanie Urchik last Monday at a lunch tendered by RC Makati at Jade Garden. The following day, was supposed to be our joint meeting to host her right here in Polo Club, but that was canceled due to her courtesy call on President Marcos yesterday afternoon. She expressed her wish for all Rotarians worldwide to internalize and apply the four-way test at all times, to purge all negative behavior that are causing unwarranted divisions and unfortunate dysfunctions in many regions of the world. I mean, I'm quoting her, quote unquote. I believe that we couldn't agree more. A couple of dates to remember for RCM members. Today is Anna's last working day with us. She leaves for Canada this weekend, but she's on call to share her institutional memory and administrative expertise with her replacement, Leah Lozano, and to the board of directors as we carry on with the business of Rotary. Please join me in giving Anna once again a standing ovation for all of her years of malasakit without counting the hours. Anna, take center stage, Anna. Hey! Bravo! Thank you. Thank you very much. And also join me in welcoming Leah Lozano. Please put your hands together in order to motivate and put her at ease as she scrambles to take the bull by the horns. Welcome, Leah.
Welcome, Leah.
Thank you, Leah. And I don't know if he's here, but I'd like to express also the thanks of the board and the entire membership, actually, to P-Boy Guevara for being the pillar behind Anna and Leah. Maraming salamat. Okay, finally, kindly block off October 26 for our weekly membership meeting at 12:30 p.m. and our all-important General Assembly that follows immediately at 2 p.m. here in the turf room to deal with our present condition and to plot our future course. October 19, next week, we will have Secretary Del Lorenzana take his oath of office as a member, and he will also be our guest speaker. Now, after the General Assembly on October 26, we will proceed to Heritage Park. This being arranged by President-elect Jud, where we will be holding our fellowship, our Halloween fellowship. Sorry? Halloween pala. Halloween, yeah. And then on October 19, tama? October 19, we're supposed to sign up. Otherwise, Gunther is gonna chop off our heads. We're supposed to sign up for Oktoberfest at the German Club. Hey! And then the other date to remember is October 31, when Sunshine Committee Chair Ricky Guevara intends to bring RCmers to the Savoy Hotel across NAIA Terminal 3 to meet and greet and say goodbye to Lance Masters, who will fly off to the United States a few days later. Lance is currently in Dumaguete. As you know, he's an invalid. He's flying over to Manila for a brief stopover before going to the United States to join his family. So that's it, Pansit. Back to you, Anton. Bing, your turn. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today in this special joint meeting with our friends from RC Manila. I'd like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to President Rafi Alunan and the members of RC Manila for their warm hospitality and for hosting us today. It's a delightful change of scenery, deviating from our usual Tuesday luncheons at the Manila Pen. And we appreciate your flexibility and effort put into organizing this event. Our guest of honor and speaker today is a distinguished figure in the world of economics and a dear friend to our club. He has not only served as our past president, but has also played a pivotal role in our nation's economic development. It's an honor to welcome DTI Secretary Fred Pascual, who happens to be a fraternity brother together with Archit Bartolome, Anton Mauricio, and Enrique Guevara. One of the recent highlights of our club's activities was our visit to the Dual Tech training facilities in Canlubang, Laguna on October 5. During this visit, we had the privilege of presenting a generous donation of 650,000 pesos to support their scholarship program. This program will make a real difference in the lives of 10 deserving students. These 10 young individuals hailing from various corners of our country will embark on a challenging 2-year technical education journey. The program includes a 6-month electromechanics course and an 18-month on-the-job training with partner companies, often leading to job offers upon completion. For those who couldn't join us on this visit, we've featured 2 of our scholars in our newsletter, and we will introduce the remaining 8 scholars in future issues. By sharing their backgrounds and dreams, we aim to provide you with a deeper understanding of the life-changing impact our Rotary Club is making through this scholarship program. I want to emphasize, though, that there is still much more that we can do for Dual Tech and the students they support. You can make a personal contribution of as little as 65,000, which can be amortized over a year to help a student on their educational journey. Additionally, we have the opportunity to explore applying for a global grant to provide much needed automated training equipment, as some of their current equipment is outdated. I would also like to take a moment to congratulate IPP Michael Escaler and his board for the remarkable achievement of receiving special recognition from Zone 10A. They have managed to sustain our membership at over 100 members for Rotary year 2022-2023, which is a testament to our club's dedication and growth. Looking ahead, my hope is that we can continue to expand our Rotary family and work towards the goal of having over 250 members in the future, getting closer to the remarkable membership numbers of RC Manila. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you very much, President Bing Matoto. And we will now move to our induction. Today, the Rotary Club of Manila pursues its membership development program for Rotary year 2023 to 2024 by inducting 2 new members into our RCM family today. Thank you to their proposers, Vice President Reginald Yu and past President Boy Guevara. Thank you for recruiting these members in the club. Let's give them a round of applause. May we call on first Vice President Reggie Yu, followed by past President Boy Guevara, to introduce their inductees. First inductee, please, VP Reggie.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. Today, it is with great honor to introduce an extraordinary individual whose life story epitomizes resilience, innovation, and selfless dedication. His journey began in 1973, a time of great global turbulence marked by the oil crisis, and it is a journey that has had a profound impact on the world. Hailing from Apalit, Pampanga, he faced the challenges of surging oil prices and disrupted supplies with unwavering determination. He embarked on a remarkable quest, one that had led him from a humble welding shop apprenticeship to the energy nexus in Houston, Texas, where he delved into the intricacies of tribology and lubrication science. It was here that he conceived the groundbreaking Pertua oil and metal treatment, a revolutionary innovation that transformed engine performance, gained recognition in prestigious scientific journals, and earned accolades from the Filipino Inventors Society, the Department of Energy, and the Energy Management Association of the Philippines. However, his influence extends far beyond the realms of science and invention. In 1982, his commitment to service led him to Rotary, where he has been a steadfast leader and advocate for positive change. In the year 2010 to 2011, as president, he led the Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte in Quezon City in achieving the distinction of the most outstanding club of the district. His embodiment of servant leadership and dedication to giving without expecting recompense is further underscored by his recognition as a Paul Harris Fellow +3. In a world where individual actions have had the power to spark change, his journey serves as an enduring source of inspiration to all of us. From a determined student of mechanical engineering to a global innovator and a compassionate influencer, he demonstrates the extraordinary potential of unwavering faith and unwavering commitment in making the world a better place. As we reflect on the remarkable impact that a single individual can leave on the world, it is with great honor and enthusiasm that I present to you at a very young, 75 years old, the ever young and indefatigable Juanito John Aison Simon.
May I call on past President Boy Guevara, okay, to introduce the next inductee. Is the next inductee present? Nag-CR lang siguro. Yes. No, do we have the other inductee, which is Kazuhiro Nomura? Yes, okay. We'll have a proper introduction. Yeah. Hold on. Can we have a proper introduction of our other inductee, Mr. Kazuhiro Nomura-san? There we go. Thank you. Kazuhiro Nomura is the associate officer at Mitsui and Company Limited, and he is also being nominated and proposed by past President Domingo Boy Guevara Jr. So let's all kindly give a warm welcome to Kazuhiro Nomura, please. And now we will call at this juncture for the charging of the new members, our past director, past district governor, Alexander Alex Kureg. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Anton. President Rafi, our distinguished guests at the presidential table, guests, fellow Rotarians, our inductees, good afternoon. It has always been a pleasure and privilege to do the charging of RCM new members. To our inductees, Kazuhiro Nomura and Juanito Simon, we thank you for joining RCM, first in Asia. But being a member of the Rotary Club of Manila comes with great responsibilities. One must attend meetings consistently, pay his members' dues on time, participate and contribute your time, talent, money to service projects, all for the purpose of furthering our club's objectives and that of Rotary International. The mission of Rotary is to provide service to others, promote integrity, and advance understanding and goodwill and peace through fellowship of business professionals and community leaders. There are over 46,000 Rotary clubs worldwide with a membership of 1.4 million individuals known as Rotarians. Membership is by invitation and based on various social factors. Since I joined Rotary in 1998, the membership have not grown much because some Rotarians just come and go. The most common reason for leaving a club is when a member wanted to join Rotary just to pursue his own selfish agenda, hoping that he gets to benefit from his membership and not about the service aspect of this organization. To me, joining a service organization such as Rotary is an opportunity to serve others and to share our blessings of success in life to create hope in the world. If you were invited to join Rotary because you were promised camaraderie, fellowship, or the opportunity to network in business or professional circles, then sadly you were misled and deluded. Don't get me wrong. Yes, here in Rotary, we do have lots of fellowships, celebrations, and meet new friends. But we have to prove our worth as a Rotarian by bringing in new members, contribute to the Rotary Foundation, and supporting service projects. I truly wish and hope that you become an active and dedicated Rotarian who serves best and carries himself with dignity and respect as a Manila Rotarian that is worthy of emulation. Humanitarian organizations like Rotary way to help others in need. It already has a structure in place to ensure that donations will not be wasted and made sure that they will get to the people or causes the donations they are intended for. As a dedicated Rotarian, I am a firm believer in supporting the Rotary Foundation. Its mission is to advance peace and goodwill, improving health and maternal child care, protecting the environment, fighting diseases, providing clean water, sanitation and hygiene, disaster relief, and many more. For decades, Rotary partnered with the World Health Organization to work for the complete eradication of polio all over the world. I want to mention here that Rotary's program to eradicate polio in the face of the world started here in Guadalupe Viejo, Makati in 1978 by then past RI President James Bomar through the funding by the TRF 3H grant at a cost of 760,000. This successful health project was adopted by Rotary International as its top priority worldwide, program worldwide in 1985. The Philippine Rotarians should be proud of this contribution to save the children of the world from the debilitating effects of the polio virus. We thank you for your yearly donations of kind-hearted Rotarians who continuously gave to the Rotary Foundation. Here in our club, we have one Arts Club Society Foundation Circle member in the person of DG Jack Rodriguez, and another member of the Arts Club Society Trustee Circle with a contribution of at least $500,000 in the person of IPP Hermes Guerra and partner IPDG Joyce Ambrey. In the Rotary Club of Makati, our dear friend PDG Robert Kwan and his spouse Yvonne are KS Trustee Circle members, while past President David Ackerman and his spouse Mache are also an AKS Foundation Circle members. Let us give the above mentioned illustrious donors to the TRF a round of applause. Inspired by the works of the Rotary Foundation through the years, I and my spouse Anna contributed every year to the TRF, helping Rotary goals in our own little way. Having contributed more than $130,000 since I joined Rotary. I therefore take this opportunity to ask our Kasihuro and Juanito contributing $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. And we also likewise encourage and invite our fellow RCM members, especially non-Paul Harris fellow member, and who have the means to contribute to the Rotary Foundation to further our organization's goals of doing good in the world. Fellow RCM members and in our inductees, always remember and imbibe in our daily life the Rotary's motto of service above self. Let us all strive to be Rotarians in essence and not in name alone. Let us all united in service and fellowship. Let us all act as Rotarians and enjoy the benefit of being an RCM member. To our dear inductees, with the daunting task from you as a Rotarian, are you a member? With your resounding yes, I welcome you both to the Rotary Club of Manila. And they are now ready for
All right. Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I give your name. Gentlemen, since this is an induction, could you kindly rise? Thank you. Please repeat. Please repeat after me. I state your name. Having been admitted as a member of the Rotary Club of Manila, do hereby solemnly swear that I will discharge faithfully, to the best of my ability, the duties and responsibilities as a member, that I will abide by and uphold the provisions of the Constitution and bylaws of Rotary International, and that of my club, ever putting into practice Rotary's motto, service above self, and that I will promote this year's theme, create hope in the world. All these I willingly pledge, without any mental reservation, nor the purpose of evasion. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You may take your seats. Thank you very much. Okay. Just a few notes before we introduce our guest of honor and speaker. We may all take our seats. Thank you. Just a few notes while we're waiting for the introduction of our guest of honor speaker. For those so the other events. So next week we have October 19, the Oktoberfest as promoted by Gunter Maschok for October 19 at the German Club. Unfortunately, we will not be there because there's another SciTem event that we have to attend to. On October 23, the Rotary Club of Manila organized a fellowship for Babes Reyes, past President Babes Reyes. So we are happy to be going to Babes, and he'll be looking forward to seeing old friends from the Rotary. On October 26, it was announced that was a GMM, that's a Thursday. It's also gonna be RCMFI Day. Okay, so the Rotary Club of Manila Foundation, Inc., which is chaired by our chairman, Lito Sibayan, and our president, Willie. Thank you for being well enough to attend. Our President Willie Pelino of the Rotary Club of Manila Foundation. Again, October 26, what do you expect on October 26? A lot of giveaways and raffles. For those who are not yet foundation members, we will be giving promos. To those who sign up on that day, we will have commemorative pins. We will also be celebrating and showing our past golf tournament in order to launch our new golf tournament in 2024. So that RCMFI Day on October 26 will be organized by McRae Gonzalez and hosted by President-elect Jude Enriquez and myself. Okay, so we look forward for your face-to-face attendance here also in Manila Polo Club for October 26. At this juncture, before again we introduce our guest of honor and speaker, I would like to disclose to you that the National Development Company is going to invest in our own Philippine satellite. Okay? And the owner of that company, Pacific, is a Belgian. I talked to him in Singapore. He's partnered with a Singapore-listed company, and the Philippines will be the only sovereign that will be invested in the company. and they flew here right now for our series of meetings. Christian, the president of Pacific, is over there. Please give him a big hand. With his Pacific team and Stellar Sat team, and with former USEC Romel Gavieta. Thank you for coming. We'll be talking to you later. So what does that mean? I'm taking advantage, no, since we're waiting for Sec Fred to come back. I'm taking advantage of this opportunity to tell you that the NDC has this plan of ensuring the connectivity needs of the country. We're all talking about digitalization, but if you don't have a connection, there's no digitalization. So Pacific will ensure our connectivity, not only in the metropolitan areas, but also in the unserved and underserved. So very happy about this partnership. No? Thank you for that. Also, the NDC is giving free copies to everyone here if you just sign up outside of the Money Sense magazine featuring the National Development Company. Our chairman is our speaker today, Secretary Alfredo E. Pascual. So please get your copy, just have to sign for it, and you will learn more about what the NDC is doing for national development. Again, our chairman is also the secretary. And so for now, we would like to introduce our guest of honor and speaker. So to do the honors, we have Rotary Club of Makati past president, David Ackerman. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Anton. Protocol observed. Dear Rotarians, dignitaries, and guests, it is my extreme honor and privilege to introduce to you not just an accomplished individual, but one of the few men I respect the most. Alfredo E. Pascual is the Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry. At the time of his appointment to DTI in June 2022, he was the president of the Management Association of the Philippines. Over the past 4 decades, Mr. Pascual has contributed to society, serving at 4 esteemed national and international institutions, namely the Institute of Corporate Directors as president and CEO in 2018 and 19, University of the Philippines System as president and co-chair from 2011 to 2017, and as alumni regent in 2009 and 2010. Asian Development Bank for 19 years in several positions, including as a director for private sector operations, director for project finance, and advisor for public-private partnership and Asian Institute of Management as finance professor in the 1980s. He was an independent director of the board of publicly listed companies such as SM Investments, Megawide Construction, Concepcion Industrial. His past board memberships included non-profit and other organizations such as the Philippine Institute of Development Studies, International Rice Research Institute, ICD, Institute for Solidarity in Asia, Phoenix Academy, UP Foundation, UP CFAL Philippines, Philippine Council for Foreign Relations, and US-Philippine Society. Now, Mr. Pascual finished his MBA and BS in chemistry as a cum laude at the University of the Philippines. His awards included honorary doctorates from UP and 4 other universities. Also, he was given the Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award from Malacanang and Rotary Golden Wheel for Higher Education. Now, on the Rotary side of things, as we are all here for this humbling endeavor, he joined the Rotary Club of Makati in 2002 and served as club president in Rotary year 2018. His thrust as club president was on basic education and literacy, a field that jibed perfectly with his being an educator. During his term, the club built and furnished a girls' dormitory in Sumilao, Bukidnon. Since then, 2 other fully furnished school dorms have been put by the club. Now, their moniker for their batch when Sec Fred became Rotary President is VIP, which means very inspiring presidents. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if one were to take cognizance of our guest of honor's achievements, we would all be in agreement that he is indeed very, very inspiring. I am very proud to call this distinguished gentleman, among all else, a dear friend of mine. Fellow Rotarians, friends, and guests, please let us all rise and give a rousing welcome to the Honorable Secretary of the Department of Trade and Industry, but more importantly for this occasion, RC Makati's gem, past President Fred Pascual.
Thank you, PP David, my colleague at the Rotary Club of Makati. In fact, I was surprised to see my colleagues from Rotary Club of Makati when I came in. I thought they've all transferred to Rotary Club of Manila. I didn't realize that this is a joint meeting. Anyway, I'm happy to be here with you. I'd like to greet President Rafi Alunan and President Bing Matoto, the other officers of the two Rotary clubs, my fellow Rotarians, esteemed guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, pleasant afternoon to you all. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the Rotary Club of Makati and also Rotary Club of, Manila and of Makati for their outstanding leadership and unwavering dedication to the betterment of our nation and our citizens. It is with great enthusiasm that I accepted your invitation to discuss the remarkable progress of our country has achieved insofar as our journey as a thriving investment destination and a supporter of many industries, innovative industries that I will discuss later. As head of the DTI, the Department of Trade and Industry, I bear the responsibility in fostering trade, nurturing industries, attracting investments, and others, including consumer empowerment. It is imperative that we work diligently to bolster trade and fortify our industrial base and create an enabling business environment for investments. This in turn will generate high-quality employment opportunities for our growing population and elevate the living standards of our people. At a broader level, my role encompasses harnessing the incredible potential within our nation and our people. Throughout my tenure, I have been inspired by the courage of our small-scale entrepreneurs and in general of our foreign investors, some of which are with us this afternoon, and the unmatched creativity and commitment exhibited by our workforce, our pride, the young workforce that we have. It is our fellow Filipinos' collective resilience that serves as the bedrock of our economy and underscores the message of hope that I also wish to convey to you today. What I'll do this afternoon is share with you 6 of DTI's several initiatives. First, our investment promotion. Second, food logistics streamlining. 3, creative industries development. 4th, export development. 5th, halal industry development. And 6, innovation and entrepreneurship development. On investment promotion, I'd say foreign direct investment, or FDI, has played a pivotal role in driving our economic ascent. In the first half of 2023 alone, commitments from foreign sources surged by an outstanding 7.5 times compared to the preceding year. Our leading investment promotion agency, the Board of Investment, or BOI, which is under DTI, has already granted approval to a substantial 720 billion pesos or $12.6 billion in investments from January to August, 8 months of the 12 months of the year, of this year. This figure represents an impressive 48% progress towards our annual target of 1.5 trillion pesos in investment approvals. FDI has been instrumental in propelling our economic growth. Between 2020 and 2022, we recorded a cumulative influx of $28 billion in FDI, with substantial investments in manufacturing, electricity, financial services, real estate, and information technology sectors. Our trading partners, such as Singapore, Japan, the Netherlands, United Kingdom, United States, South Korea, the British Virgin Islands, India, China, and Taiwan have emerged as significant sources of these foreign direct investments. While the first half of 2023 saw a contraction by 20% in net FDI inflows as reported by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP compared to the previous year, first quarter of 2022. We maintain optimism and optimistic outlook for a resurgence of inward FDI, buoyed by a substantial surge in the investment promotion agency approvals that I referred to earlier. Please note that the FDI inflows as reported by BSP pertains to investment decisions that were made years before and not yet reflecting what this administration has been trying to do in terms of promoting investments into our country. And we are building a good pipeline. The pipeline as approved, represented by the approvals by BOI, and the investment leads that the presidential visits have been able to generate, amounting to $73 billion over the past year or so, 12 months or so. And some of them have already been realized. I think as of the date of the update I saw, about 16 or so projects have already been realized, mostly in IT BPM, but also in manufacturing. The ones in renewable energy, a lot of them will take a while to realize. So there will be a sort of pipeline that will be realized over the next few years from these investment leads and the approvals by BOI. Of course, the investment leads also get approved by BOI or PESA, and eventually they will come into the pipeline of prospective foreign investments. Now, let me shift my talk to food logistics. This is a major issue given the inflation rate in the country, driven by inflation of food prices. And as an effort to address this spiraling of food prices, we have proposed a 3-year food logistics action agenda spearheaded by DTI. We presented this action agenda to and approved by the President in August 2023. That's couple of months ago. The action agenda was developed by DTI in close collaboration with the Department of Agriculture, DOTR, DPWH, and DILG. The action agenda covers the next 3 years or until 2026. Based on the action agenda, we shall focus on 6 priorities. First, revolutionize the Philippines food distribution system from farm to fork or to table. 2, reduce transport and logistics costs. In this regard, you must have noticed the recent executive order of the President suspending the application of pass-through fees. And that will contribute a lot to streamlining our food logistics and reducing the cost to the distribution of goods and also speeding up the delivery from farm to market. Third priority, increase investments in logistics infrastructure, particularly transportation and storage. And in the case of storage, we're talking of cold chains, so that our food products like onions, they are harvested one time, but if the farmers don't have the cold chains in which to keep them to be able to supply over the full year. Fourth priority, address other supply chain gaps, that is logistics and distribution, post-harvest management, market linkages, market information, access to finance. Fifth priority, heighten the enforcement of measures against hoarding, smuggling, overstaying food imports into port, and monitoring of warehouses, cold chain storage facilities for hoarded goods. And sixth priority, use ICT or digital technology to improve logistics performance, from streamlining and automating government permits and licenses to integrating systems within logistics systems. After 3 years, we hope to achieve reduced logistics costs in the areas of Metro Manila in Region 3, at least one food terminal upgraded into a Mercato or Rangjis type. Mercato, I think, Spanish model, and Rangjis is the French model for food hubs. Private sector investments, of course, we need them in cold storage warehouses and technology. We need to develop warehouse registry they are and what are in the warehouses. Streamline government processes and processes available online. We have a specific case that I'd like just to mention. DTI is now assisting the Nueva Vizcaya Agricultural Terminal or NVAT upgrade its operation. NVAT is a pilot area for strengthening enterprises for digital economy or SPEED program of the USAID. The SPEED program aims to enable in our country's program will also help improve and digitalize the logistics and supply chain of food and or fresh produce from Nueva Vizcaya and surrounding areas to other places in our country. Already, we've been able to link NVAT with two big retail chains of supermarkets. And the result lower price. Supply chain involves multiple stages, from farm to gate to storage, distribution, and retail. Implementing a control tower approach in the food sector could provide real-time visibility into food availability, pricing, demand, and potential disruptions. This control tower could help manage food security issues, reduce food waste, and curb cartelization and hoarding, among others. The third key initiative I'd like to tell you about is the creative industries development effort of DTI. The Philippines has immense potential to promote and develop its creative industries. Thanks to its rich cultural heritage, diverse talent pool, and strong work ethic. In recognition of this potential, the Philippine Creative Industries Development Act, or PASIDA, was enacted and became law in July 2022, middle of last year. It created a Philippine Creative Industries Development Council headed by the DTI Secretary. The creative industries consist of audio-visual media, digital interactive media, including game development and software development and animation, creative services, design, publishing and printed media, performing arts, visual arts, traditional cultural expressions, and cultural sites. We celebrated the 2023 Philippine Creative Industries Month, or PCIM, last September. I was overwhelmed with gratitude for the outpouring of support from our Filipino creatives. All in all, we were able to organize 75 of these events, co-branded and co-bannered events, which involved almost 1,000 creative firms, more than 8,000 artists, more than 5,000 artisans, more than 3,000 creators, 1,200 content providers, 20,000 creative workers, and over 1 million online participants, plus 250 participants in physical attendance nationwide. Just to provide a recap of some of the DTI's major creative industries program and projects, allow me to highlight the partnerships we have forged and the milestones we have reached. We proudly celebrated our Fiesta Kucha, or Kucha Likha, celebrations in Baguio, Cebu, and Davao. Fiesta Kucha, or Katha Likha, serves as a platform for gathering of creatives cultural workers, and other creative industry players. We also introduced the Lungsad, which aims to support programs, projects, and activities to pave the way for the development of creative cities through creative entrepreneurship, job creation, skills development, capacity building, design thinking, digital skills, among others, with local communities. We successfully launched the Young Creatives Challenge, or YC2, last September at the Matrix Events Creations, where several creative experts and enthusiasts gathered. YC2 aims to celebrate and showcase creative Filipino talents in music, film, animation, graphic novels, thereafter, theater, plays, and game development. We also launched the Ensayo Creative Hub last September. The Ensayo Hub is a co-working space in the Philippine Training Center, somewhere there in Ross Boulevard, equipped with tools and equipment to enhance creative industries' design thinking capabilities. It will provide entrepreneurial and technical training programs to creative workers. We continue to implement skills development and capacity building through various programs. I will not enumerate them anymore. We're also building a Marikina Creative Innovation Hub. This will provide the space to enable the growth and development of creative startups and MSMEs in the area, including shoes and other local products. For 2024, our agenda focuses on expanding the reach of creative cities and empowering more creative professionals and businesses to various initiatives. The development of the Philippine creative industries can be achieved through targeted investments, government support, international collaboration, and a focus on nurturing local talent. By implementing these strategies across the various sectors, the Philippines can unlock its creative potential and contribute significantly to the global creative economy. As you may know, the global creative economy is growing very fast. We know certain countries, of course, we know them that have succeeded in making billions of US dollars in revenues, export revenues, to their creative industries. And those are the models that we'd like to replicate in the Philippines and more. Okay, the fourth initiative I'd like to present to you is the Export Development Program of DTI. The Export Development Act mandates the Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, to prepare the Philippine Export Development Plan that will define the country's export thrusts, strategies, programs, and projects. The plan for the next 5 years, 2023-2028, was presented to and approved by the President Marcos Jr. in June this year. While the Philippines has seen an increase in export earnings, it lags behind its ASEAN neighbors in export performance, except in the services sector. That's our balancing hope, our services. But our services, for about 60 billion, it's more than covered by our services export of more than 60 billion. While the Philippines has seen this increase, we are doing our work. The country faces challenges in its strict agricultural sector and underlying structural weaknesses. I mentioned agricultural sector because one of our major category of export consists of agricultural products, particularly our banana, pineapple, and now durian. China has a big demand for durian that neither Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines combined cannot meet. And the Philippines, can only produce so much, and we need to increase the production. Unfortunately, it takes 5 years, to plant durian trees and harvest their fruits. The Philippine Export Development Plan aims to address the challenges aligned with the Philippine Development Plan and capitalize on export growth opportunities considering global market trends. It seeks an industry development-centric approach to make the Philippines a major player in the global economy and achieve sustainable development goals. That's a one of the shifts we did. It used to be that the government just approached export development by way of policies. This time, DTI will really support specific industries with the promise, with the potential for exports. And we will do also firm-level assistance to TAP. The Philippine export competitiveness lies in the competitiveness of Philippine-based exporters and the ecosystem that supports it. Thus, it must develop reliable, design-driven, technology-driven, sustainable, and forward-looking exporters to become an agile export powerhouse. That's why the need for firm, specific interventions as well by DTI. The Philippine Export Development Plan will focus on four things. Key industry clusters that have opened up for Philippine participation in their global value chains as a result of the pandemic and the rapid changes in technology. And these are, one, industrial, machinery, and transport cluster. Part of that will be what we're trying to do with our nickel to process it into battery precursors, eventually into nickel batteries that will form a major part of electric vehicles. And if we have the batteries here, and we have the semiconductor expertise, the wiring house, harness capability, and the manpower, the tech people we have, then we can do electric vehicle production in the Philippines. We cannot catch up anymore when it comes to internal combustion engine. That's why, but this is our chance to be able to catch up with our neighbors in producing electric vehicles. But we are partnering with international companies from the US, from China, from Japan, and Korea. The second industry cluster is technology, media, telecommunications. These are our IT BPM, the BPOs, the data centers, and all the work I presented earlier that we're doing on creative industries will fall under this technology, media, and telecommunications industry cluster. Third industry cluster, health and life sciences. The need to be fast in developing vaccines and the need of many countries, for services, their healthcare services. We're running out of people to do it. We can do it from here, but sometimes for personal care, we have to send our workers abroad. And the last and fourth industry cluster is the modern basic needs of a resilient economy. Under this will fall, the infrastructure facilities that we need, particularly power generation. That's our biggest obstacle for attracting foreign investment, the high cost of power. But it's a good thing there are prospects with regard to cheaper sources. The renewables are able now to produce cheaper cost, including, it's not renewable, but clean energy, possibly nuclear energy. But it takes time, 10 years to do the traditional nuclear reactor project. But there are recent developments, technology developments, like the micro modular reactor, 30 watts per module, the uranium fuel encased in 3 layers of ceramics. And just recently, I just came from a bilateral ministerial meeting in Australia, but I met with prospective investors. There is one there that's proposing thorium nuclear reactor. In their case, they encase not uranium, but thorium as their fuel in graphite. The beauty with these new technologies, if they prove to be good, we can also do the manufacturing of the nuclear equipment here. The plan outlines 3 strategic actions. This is the Export Development Plan. Addressing production constraints, developing a strong and innovative export ecosystem, and increasing the Philippines' mind share in the global market. The last one, mind share, the global market, means we have to be there We must be seen. In fact, during our travels, the foreign investors are saying, "Oh, finally, Philippines coming out of its shell," and letting us know about the potential opportunities for investment in our country. The PDP, Philippine Export Development Plan, represents a shift in government's approach to export development, offering differentiated support levels for strategic industries while providing essential assistance to other sectors. It emphasizes pragmatic industry and firm-level interventions to amplify export competitiveness. In addition to priority industries, the plan recognizes the roles played by consolidators, MSMEs, intellectual property protection, and cross-border e-commerce in fostering export competitiveness. Specific export targets aligned with the nation's plans or vision are developed under two scenarios: a benchmark expectation and also one that's based that emphasizes effective governance, monitoring, and evaluation to ensure successful implementation. The plan sets a clear direction and pragmatic approach for transforming the country's export landscape, and we hope to be able to implement this plan. Constituting an essential component of a supportive ecosystem for export are our preferential trade arrangements with other countries and regions around us. Our country actively pursued partnerships and continuing to pursue partnerships through free trade agreements and generalized system of preferences, like the EU GSP Plus, which took me 2 trips to Brussels, to be able to get that rolled over in our favor and to open up the door so that we can resume the negotiation for a full free trade agreement between the Philippines and the European Union. There are exporters here like tuna, very dependent, on this GSP Plus, and also some manufactured goods by a UK, now Singapore company, being produced here, high premium products for household use that are exported to EU, and it's competitive because of these preferential trade agreements. Currently, we have access to ASEAN market. We already have that, almost free trade across the 10 countries of ASEAN. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP agreement, that was a bit controversial before because people keep linking it to agriculture, whereas agriculture is not, at least the basic agricultural products that we use, the kind of like rice and corn, are not covered by the tariff concessions in RCEP. The Philippines-Japan Economic Partnership Agreement and the Free Trade Agreement with the European Free Trade Association. This was Liechtenstein, Switzerland, Norway, and Iceland. We have recently signed an FTA with Korea. If you count these FTAs, there are very few. Singapore has 27 FTAs. And Vietnam has also, I think, close to or slightly over 20 FTAs. Fifth industry or initiative I'd like to present to you is the Halal Industry Development Effort of DTI. DTI is leading a 9 government agency task force to position the Philippines as the most friendly halal trade and investment hub in the Asia-Pacific region. We are eyeing a bigger share of the $7 trillion global halal market, from halal food, halal pharmaceuticals, halal-friendly tourism, Islamic finance, to modest fashion and halal cosmetics. It's a wide range, not just halal food. We will tap the growing demand for halal products and services from the Philippine domestic market and 57 countries that are members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, or OIC, spanning Asia, the Middle East, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. Considering the growing Muslim population of our country, numbering 1.9 billion. This is global. This is the global population, or Muslim population, 1.9 billion people. The global halal market is estimated to reach, as I mentioned earlier, more than $7 billion in market value, 7.7 in market value by 2025, up from just 3.2 trillion US dollars in 2015. We need to be able to get a piece of that market. Over the next 5 years, we plan to grow halal-related trade and investments in double digits from 3 billion pesos currently in 2022 to 12 billion pesos in the next 5 years and add 20,000 jobs. Our halal industry development initiative forms part of DTI's 4 priorities: promoting regional development, attaining food security, upgrading, upskilling, and upsizing micro, small, and medium enterprises, and enabling job skills matching and skills upgrading. MSMEs are set to benefit from DTI's halal initiatives. To start with, DTI has signed a 66 million peso partnership with the Bangsa Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or BARM, Ministry of Trade, to promote halal local goods and services provided by small businesses in Marawi City who are recovering from the recent devastation. The Philippine Trade and Training Center under DTI has signed an agreement with entities in the Calabar zone in halal training. More than 100 MSMEs in Marawi are also being prepared for halal certified establishments as part of the economic rebuilding of that Maranao constituents. For regional development, we are working on halal certified slaughterhouse in Calabar zone in support of our cattle industry. More slaughterhouses in the Philippines will soon be halal certified. DTI strategic plan follows our bilateral talks with Malaysia. There was a visit to Malaysia, presidential visit, and we had these talks on support by the Malaysians for our halal industry. And we're also visiting UAE in the next few weeks. When I was in Jakarta for the ASEAN Summit, I met with the UAE Minister of State for Foreign Trade, Dr. Thani bin Ahmed Al Sayudi, and he reaffirmed their commitment to enhance and strengthen our economic ties with focus on the halal industry. Sixth and last key initiative I'd like to present to you is the innovation and entrepreneurship development. DTI is negotiating a loan, few 100 million peso loan with ADB. Under this loan, we are planning to establish the DTI Innovation Gateway in Manila that will stand as our beacon, our lighthouse of integrated innovation for the Philippines. It will signify the country's unwavering commitment to fostering a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. The DTI Innovation Gateway will feature the following: advanced technology centers, such as the Industry 4.0 Pilot Factory, which I talked about many times before, and the National Center for Artificial Intelligence, which I have also presented in other forums before. Plus MSME innovation, startups, financial enterprise tenants, innovation, international collaboration space. In other words, the full ecosystem that we need to help startups, particularly tech startups in the Philippines. And of course, very important, one-stop government solutions for businesses and investors so we can finally improve the ease of doing business in the Philippines. The DTI National Innovation Gateway will serve as a symbiotic living laboratory for innovation, invention, creativity that places the Philippines at the forefront of open innovation. This gateway will serve as an epicenter of collaboration between government, enterprises, and academia, and make Manila as a center of international collaborative innovation. In closing, let me say, collectively, we can craft a narrative of hope for our nation, a narrative in which every Filipino enjoys the rewards of our combined progress, making the Philippines a premier investment hub and industrial center. Let us all make this happen in the Philippines. Thank you and good day to all again.
Thank you very much, Secretary Fred Pascual. Thank you, sir. We can entertain a couple of questions from the floor for our question and answer forum. Thank you. Yes, Director Hans Palacios, and then after that would be Junjun Dairit, and then after that would be you. Well, let's have a microphone there, please. Technician, can you hand over the microphone? Here. Willie, here, get the microphone. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Hans. Yeah, dito sa kanya na lang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Secretary. The other night, I had a dinner with former Undersecretary Abdul Ghani Makatoman, who is also a member of our club. And we were discussing the halal industry. More importantly, we were also discussing the lack of Middle Eastern tourists in our country. Countries like Thailand and Indonesia, they have a halal roadmap, which makes it conducive for them to make easy decisions of which countries to visit. And apparently, we are not yet clear on that. We have not really planned it out. So maybe the DTI, the question is, how is the DTI going to help in creating and planning this roadmap?
Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, DTI is the chair of the Halal. I know I did. I don't think I mentioned it to the Halal board chair is the DTI secretary. And in DTI itself, I've organized a task force on halal industry consisting of 6 individuals. And they are tasked with drafting the halal industry development strategy quickly. And we'll get this approved by the halal board and halal development board, and of course, then present to the president.
Thank you, Junjun.
Mr. Secretary, my question is about K-pop. You know, in the late 1990s, the Korean government consciously made the decision to promote their culture. And the way they did it was to concentrate on this thing that we now know as the international phenomenon known as K-pop. Now, I don't know what the Koreans have that we don't. No, but is under your creative strategy, is the government thinking of doing something similar to what the South Korean did in order to develop this particular creative industry that is earning billions for this Korean government? Thank you.
I mentioned it in my talk that the Korean Hallyu, or what we know as K-pop, is one of the models we're looking at. Of course, the amount of investment that Korea poured into that is something that we might not be able to do in one go. So, but we will be moving towards that direction.
Thank you. Thank you, please. And then after that, Beda.
Good afternoon, Secretary. Architect Rage Lorca, AG from the Rotary Club of Makati San Lorenzo. You mentioned about Ensayo, the co-working space earlier, because 2 years ago, I was one of the highly technical consultants of the ICT under the Digital Philippines project, wherein my responsibility was the digital transformation centers. So we were designing co-working spaces, and the plan before, under Secretary under Secretary Greg Honasan before, was to put up a digital transformation center in every regions in the country. However, due to the pandemic, the project was halted. Now, I was thinking if the DTI, does DTI have any plans of expanding the project like Ensayo in all the regions? Because actually the plan is still with me, and I'll be more than happy to share it because it's a very good initiative towards the goals of digitalization in the Philippines.
Actually, there is a plan to do it in other parts of the country. The Ensayo is just the initial one because it's held. The venue is a facility already owned by DTI. DTI.
If I may add, Secretary, the plan before was to develop the digital transformation centers in public libraries. Kasi public libraries. Because instead of the public libraries not being utilized mainly.
Yeah, public libraries now should also transform itself into a venue for collaboration, just like in many universities. Remember when we were students, what's the first sign you see when you enter a library? Silence, please. Now that's gone, you know. Instead of tables, the books, it's conference tables all around, yeah. So that's a good idea. Probably look into it. I don't know whether we have significant size public libraries in the region. Probably we have in the capital cities of province.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Last question, Beda.
Mr. Secretary,
Second to the last question, and then after that.
of the six ASEAN nation that is a beneficiary of direct investment, the Philippines is the last. The first is Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia. The last is the Philippines on this sixth nation. Now the question next is why so? Before, I don't know if these factors always slowing it down have been met by our government. Any of our governments, including the present. Land ownership, tax incentives, infrastructures, especially communication, energy, and corruption. Have you government units where there's a lot of corruption? Have the government have plans to meet these slowing down factors?
Definitely, we're using the whole of government approach, if not the whole of society approach, in addressing these challenges. You must be reading in the papers, you know, that there's now a sort of contest among local governments to speed up the permitting of new businesses. Quezon City, I remember they've been able to reduce from weeks, you know, to 50 minutes, but the target is 10 minutes. And everyone is working towards that by making use of digital technology to be able to do that. And DTI, you know, where DTI handles the registration of business names. We're now linking our business name database with the individual local government unit so that the old practice is the applicant for business permit will be required to get a certified copy of the registration of business name for DTI physically, you know, and then bring it to the municipality. Now there's no need for that because they will have access to our database. Things like that. There's a concerted effort to use digital technology to speed up the registration of new businesses. The other thing we've done, just to make sure, just to inform you or let you be aware that we're taking positive action, we got the president to issue an executive order creating green lanes. The green lanes are available to strategic investors. There is a one-stop action center in the Board of Investment, BOI. There are assigned like account officers who will handhold, you know, the investors to go through the process of getting government approvals. And the executive order also requires the LGUs to have their respective green lanes that will coordinate with the national green lanes or national one-stop action center in BOI. So that thing is happening. I referred to the power cost. Of course, we are addressing that. Unfortunately, we have decided to make use of imported sources of energy like coal and petroleum products. But we have here more than 52 gigawatts of potential renewable energy from solar, wind, based on a World Bank study. And we're trying to explore that. Unfortunately, offshore wind installations will also take 5 years at least, you know, to do. Minus the 2 years of So we'll be able to crush, the timetables if we address the approval. Okay. Issue of corruption. The best way to address the issue of corruption is transparency. And digital technology is also the ultimate solution for that. Transparency and no discretion on the part of government officials. Yeah, it's getting implemented already in the permitting process. Okay, in the green lanes that I talked about. It will get there. Mahabol pa tayo eh. Keep in mind that as I mentioned already, the FDI or investment flows we're looking at now were based on investment decisions made years ago, not during this past year. But for the future, we are accumulating our pipeline of investments. As I said, we have a pipeline of $73 billion of investments that was generated during the presidential visits. And in addition to those, when we run roundtable discussions and business investment forums, the other attendees who have not signed any LOI or expressed interest at that point eventually would come in, as they do, okay, and register with the Board of Investment their proposed investments. So these activities, the investment promotion activities, is very important to build up the pipeline of investments that will be translated into FDI inflows over time. Without this pipeline, we will not be able to make it. We need to create the pipeline now. And unfortunately, during the pandemic, we didn't create the pipeline, so we were late. Whereas the other neighboring countries, they already have the history, the track record. Well, our target is to be at least third, if not second, in FDI by 2028. We'll see.
Thank you. One very brief question before we go to our appreciation.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Secretary. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ed Castro. I am with the Global Peace Foundation. I'm delighted to hear that the government at highest levels is now considering going into nuclear power. But aside from searching for the type of technology that we are going to use for nuclear power, do we have any initiatives at all to start developing the human resources we would need in order to have an ecosystem to have a functioning nuclear power sector? Because we do need nuclear physicists, engineers, managers, regulators in order to be able to do that. Thank you.
Of course, you're very right, And please rest assured that has been anticipated already. And we have asked certain engineering colleges of universities to start programs on nuclear engineering. So that's a build-up I was talking about, It cannot happen overnight. So patience is the name of the game, but of course, in general, people have short fuse, when it comes to patience. We need to produce right away. We're doing certain things to address the immediate needs with other things. But power development will take time. Solar is the easiest, but probably solar is that it's only during the day when you generate. You need batteries. Now, the objective, as I mentioned already, is to produce batteries in the Philippines. So all these things, will come, assuming, or if we are able to pursue all these plans now, there'll come a time soon that we will be able to address all those problems that we have when it comes to the deterrence to foreign investments. Not only foreign investment, also local investments. Take note, We're talking about local and domestic investments. Marami ng foreign Filipino companies that are investing abroad. In Fujian province, Philippine investment is greater than Fujian province investment in the Philippines. I mean, just to give you a sampling, of what's happening. Even our own domestic companies, are investing abroad. And we need to attract them to stay in the Philippines.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And maybe ask our chairman for the programs committee, DG-elect Jackie Rodriguez, and Presidents Bing Matoto and Rafi Alunan to please prepare to award our certificate of appreciation and token to our guest of honor and speaker. And thank you. Microphone. Bing. Ayan. Okay, for the photo op. Ayan, sorry. Sama pa lang. Can I request Past President Archit Bartolome of the NDC to join us? Please join. Yeah, thank you.
Anton, would you like to read the?
Yes,
the plaque?
just to read our certificate of appreciation hereby presented by the Rotary Club of Manila to Honorable Alfredo E. Pascual, Secretary, Department of Trade and Industry, as guest of honor and speaker during the 15th weekly membership meeting of the Rotary Club of Manila, given this Thursday, October 12, 2023 at the Manila Polo Club, signed by President Rafael M. Alunan, Vice President and District Governor-elect Joaquin C. Rodriguez, attested by Secretary Edwin Hernandez, Club Secretary. Thank you very much. Let's all give him a warm Rotary applause.
Yes, it's our turn now. Fred, since Secretary Pascual, since you already have a copy of our coffee table book, of course, we will not give you the coffee table book. Instead, we'll give you a bottle of wine to go with as you go through some of the proposals that you see on your table.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, go ahead, I will. Thank you very much. And now we have the raffle for our guests who stayed, presence required. My fellow Rotarians, let us first, okay, before we close the remarks and adjourn, let's just go and ask for the raffle for those who stayed. Can we request our sponsor to come here, please? Yeah. Wait, before you do that, we can please formally adjourn the meeting with President Rafi and President Bing. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Anton. In behalf of the Rotary Club of Manila, I'd like to adjourn this meeting.
On behalf of the Rotary Club of Makati, I'd like to adjourn this meeting.
The meeting is adjourned, and now we will have the raffle. So thank you. It has been an interesting and insightful meeting.